Welcome one and all to the Music Minutes from Musicplay podcast, the music education podcast dedicated to helping classroom and general music teachers. I'm your host, Carrie Lynn, and today we're here with a very popular question that has been asked several times in the Musicplay teachers group on Facebook. The question is, how do I teach split grades? There are a few great options that many teachers have shared that work for them. We'll talk about how teachers have created two different programs, how others focus on the repertoire, how some favor the upper or dominant grades, and how to teach recorders in a split class. Alrighty, so how do you teach split grades? The first group of feedback suggests that you build yourself an A and B curriculum that builds on previous learning. You can use the upper grade as a demo teacher, and partners for scaffolding. What some teachers have done is taken the Musicplay list of core songs and split it into two halves, which has an equal number of songs for each concept. They teach the first half of the year doing the songs from the lower grade, and the second half of the year doing songs from the older grade. The best part is that you're already done for next year. You just have to do the exact opposite. Finally, another way is to prepare two lessons based on each grade level's curriculum and then teaching from both. Feel free to pick your favorite songs and activities. You can also let your district's curriculum objectives guide the concepts and songs that you pick for the lessons. These were some pretty great suggestions, and we want to thank Meredith, Kelsey, Vanessa, and Leah for contributing their suggestions. Okay, but what if you don't have time to build two curriculums? The resounding response is to focus on the repertoire and let it teach the skills. The songs in Musicplay teach multiple concepts. The key to doing this successfully is to introduce and reinforce skills for both grade levels, but only assess according to their actual grade level. For example, in a grade 1 and 2 split, pick a simple song and do the activities to reinforce ta titi and so mi la. When it comes time for assessment, assess grade 1 on ta titi and assess grade 2 on so mi la. Sometimes, when you focus on quality repertoire instead of units, you get more freedom to cover many concepts and skills with both grades, using the same pieces and diving in much deeper. The benefit for the students is that the younger students learn from the older kids and have something to look forward to, where the older grades are given the opportunity to review and reinforce their learning. These were some fabulous suggestions, so thank you to Kimberly, Allison, and Jessica for joining in on our conversation. Another popular strategy teachers use is teaching the upper or dominant grade. Emphasizing the upper grade has worked for many teachers. When you have to choose between two grades, there's a fear that the upper grade will lose out on their instruction. This is why many people choose to teach the upper level and repeat some things for the younger class. I'd like to thank Denise, Beth, Sandra, and Sabrina for chipping in here and sharing what works in their classrooms. Thanks, ladies. But what happens when you're teaching the recorder in a split grade? Let's first address the challenge of a 3-4 split. The grade 4 students should be starting the recorder, but what do the grade 3s do? Some teachers have found that getting everyone onto the recorder is a great strategy. When the grade 3s who've learned the recorder during the previous year come back to grade 4, they can become teacher aides and help out the younger students. You can also give these students more difficult song selections to play if they're ready. Apparently, it works really well. The only downfall is that the grade 3s that are starting out on the recorder don't have the same music theory background, so covering it at the beginning of the year is essential. Sounds easy enough, but what about a 4-5 split? For this kind of split, some teachers present the grade 4 curriculum because they don't want their students to miss out on the fundamentals. Any grade 5 students who've already gone through the grade 4 lessons can be teacher aides. Of course, it's important to provide them with more advanced lessons in addition to helping the teacher out, so that the grade 5 students don't get bored. Another alternative to teaching instruments to split classes is to use centers. This allows one center to be one-on-one time with the teacher for a few minutes of individual instruction right at their level. The trick is to open the class with a group activity, where the class works on or reviews a Musicplay song, then works on a beginner recorder or ukulele song, and then splits into centers. Honestly, these are fantastic suggestions. Thank you so much to Vanessa, Stacy, and Allison who've shared these great comments. I hope these answers can help everyone who has to teach split grades. The conversation is always humming on Facebook, so be sure to join our great group. If you're looking for the show notes from this episode, head over to www.musicplay.ca and search for this podcast. Until next time.